Afternoon guys, Scott from SA Landscaping. Just done a bit of woodland planting there this morning. It's the last planting of our year. Just putting some small 80cm saplings in with rabbit guards and canes on, as you can see in the photos here. That's the last of the sort of we've done quite a lot of planting over the winter and before Christmas, shrub beds and various other things, and that's the last lot of the planting that's going to go in this year. Got a few bits of trees and things to do next week before hopefully we get round to some proper grass cutting. But I'm just going to a bit of grass now at a church. I've got a little bit of grass to cut, just first cut of the year on the small areas. There's a couple of small areas on this church, so I'm going to take a top off just to smarten the entrance up really, because I noticed last week that when I was in there it was getting quite long. So I will get you some footage once we get to the site. Just out with the Hayter again, because although it's been a bright week, it hasn't been a really dry week. It's been hitty missy, so we'll see how the Hayter fares today on this bit of grass. So stay tuned and I shall get you some footage. So first cut on that church there, guys, and as you can probably see by the amount of grass I got off, sort of over half a dumpy bag, that it was quite long in places. It's grown to sort of 8 inches, believe it or not, over the winter. And that's the thing with first cuts. Once you get on top of things, sites like that, ideally, if you take the top off the grass now, just while it's sort of still a little bit wet, it just lets if we get any heat or any wind or anything, it lets the underneath of the grass dry a bit, so you can, once you come to do your proper cuts where you're getting it down a little bit lower, it'll make it easier on the mower. It'll make it easier to bag up if your mower isn't the best at bagging up, rather than trying to cut off 8 inches of grass in one go and boning it. It doesn't work like that in this trade. So taking the top off just sites like this as a first cut now is an ideal job. So that's the plan over the next couple of weeks, as not just with the small machines, but we'll start to get the right standard and things out, because there's a few areas that are dry enough for that, and it'll be the same again. We'll probably cut the grass on 2.5 inches just to take the top off in places where it's grown exceptionally, and that'll same again, dry it out, and it'll make it easier for the second cut, rather than trying to take off excess amounts of grass. And like I said, it just wears on your machine. You don't want these machines to work hard. You want them to work smart and do you a good job, but you don't want to kill them, because if you've only got one machine or two machines and one goes down, then you're snookered. So just go easy on your equipment and use it how it is designed to be used. And that's not, like I said, that's not cutting grass. They're not flail mowers, these mowers. That's the thing, the grass cutters. So little bits at a time is the key. So thanks for watching, guys, and there'll be more videos coming over the next few weeks, grass cutting and other things. We've got a couple of reductions and some trees to finish off next week, which will be the last, I think, of the pruning. So get a couple of videos next week, but apart from that, we will see you on the next one.